Passport Bros.
Angeles and created an album called Bangin' on Wax. And one of the songs on that album was called Crippin' Ain't Easy. And the
What the fuck do Crippin got to do with Passport
I was
Bros?
curious.
I was wondering. I was like, what kind of video is this got to do with?
Well, they've been. Let's go down.
But I
Kinda let you
recognize the voice. I
know what the
recognize
hook
voice.
was. The hook is this: Crippin' ain't easy, but it sure is fun. And I thought about that in preparing for this video about the Passport Bros. Being a Passport Bro isn't easy, but it sure is fun. As depicted in this photo that you see before me, here we have a dapper black man with all of these haters
they bogus.
upset that he's
Oh my god! Why would they? Why
It's
would
accurate though. Nah, it's accurate.
Bro, I feel like this is dog whistling for black women that hate us, bro. Look
I
at these
mean,
women.
That is hilarious.
Can I ask a question? What am I looking at here?
So I.
I'm not gonna put words to explain it.
I'm listening while eating my cheese, but
I'll let somebody else put words to it. But it is accurate and hilarious.
Clearly, I haven't seen this video before. All right,
I haven't seen this video either.
No, motherfucker, don't you walk away when it's time to explain
I'm still
this
here.
shit.
No, I need to hear what's happening. I was just grabbing.
Let me see.
So they basically the picture is depicting that the women, man.
So there's a lot of trending events with this Passport Bros. It's a community of traditionally it was white males, historically white males that would look for brides and wives in other countries because they felt like the westernized woman was not traditional. And one of the arguments that American westernized women are they looking for a traditional man, but the men are saying these westernized women are not traditional. So they're going overseas for traditional women that tend to have more cultural backgrounds and history of like being family oriented and wanting to stick for kids, whereas the westernized women are more into what they say girls trips, buying Gucci bags and basically showing out versus holding the same family interests, I guess. However, the new passport trend now, Passport Bros, has seemed to take in the black community, especially men, where now they're going overseas. In some cases, they're looking for traditional women as well to be wives and hold those family values. However, there is a group of Passport Bros that are actually going to these other countries basically just to smash women because it's, I guess, easier and they don't have to spend as much money on these overseas women who they feel it might be easier to basically have smash with. I don't know.
Why are these women all fat in these pictures?
I was waiting.
Or this child that's horrified.
Basically, statistic wise, there's like 80% of like African American women are considered obese. So it's like it's astronomical number compared to the black community. So yeah.
Who went out on a limb and said that shit?
Statistically, it's like in black demographics, it's like 80% of black women are considered overweight.
I would gamble that if you looked up the census data, it would support that.
Yeah, this is not a new thing. This is not like new data that shows this. This has been like data since I want to say maybe like the 80s, and progressively it seems like it's just climbing.
But in America, there's an obesity epidemic anyway. But in like when it comes to
this kind of reminds me of the welfare comparison. Like it's a lot of other races just as much on welfare as it is black. but somehow we always take the brunt of everything. There's more black people on welfare. There's more black people overweight. There's more black people getting COVID. There's more black crime. Like,
well, those statistics, depending on how you use it, can play or work against your favor. You can manipulate statistics a certain way. The welfare thing, just by numbers alone, does not substantiate that black people are more on welfare, because it's just not enough black people. But if you compare the statistics within the black community, so when I say like the 80% of black women are obese, this is just black women. They're not even for white women. It's a different stat because they're not looking at white women. This is just 80%. So you basically saying 8 out of 10 black women are overweight. That's what they're basically saying.
man, these women are popped and they angry and they're big. And this one that's pointing at old boy is just.
I was laughing early. Like, if you start on the left of the leftmost picture and look in the background, all the way through both pictures, that shit is not a pretty picture.
Yeah, that picture
like
is
some
not...
of them in the background are fucking monstrous. Like,
So,
what is that?
Sabius, do you see something familiar?
What, the suit?
That's what I was about to say.
On the
What,
left
me
picture.
being the black man in the suit, motherfucker?
No. The little girl in the left-hand picture is making the same face I made when you abandoned me in Wisconsin.
Oh, wow.
So yeah,
All he left me was a cowboy hat.
Well, man, Papa was a Rolling Stone. That's all I can say. Man. I had to leave my hat somewhere.
That's what they say about most black men. So this is what the fuck. Yeah, this is horrible.
Black women, kids, and everybody else is upset that he is exploring his options. And of course, the passport bros get hate in America. And videos like this pretty much signify the hatred towards them.
All right, passport bros, step into my office real quick. Listen, I know that most of you guys have Peter Pan syndrome and y'all really don't want to grow up. And you guys like to live in this world of delusion. But here's a news flash for you fellas. The women are not mad that you guys are going overseas and basically participating in prostitution. What sisters...
You know, I was thinking before he even started talking, I don't give a fuck if he going with what I'm saying or not. I wouldn't listen to him for shit.
Are irritated about is that...
No.
Oh,
you go overseas and trick your...
He looks like he's in the I guess they call them cupcakes or cheese pizza.
Money off, and you're coming back home harassing sisters and telling them that they're undesirable. These women don't really care that y'all are going overseas and basically being tricks and simps because y'all aren't desirable anyway. Most men who participate in the passport movement are undesirable. I know y'all gonna come...
I thought he was a passport when they first started.
no, he's trying to get famous by saying things that people...
Yeah, because a lot of people use women, black and white women, to get their shit going.
Yeah.
I often tell black women, when you see shit like this, they're using you. Just like the black women in entertainment are using you guys. When you scrolling down Facebook or Twitter and you click on something and the guy start off saying, if he can't take care of your baby because it's with another man, he ain't no man. Like they just feeding into your shit.
Yep.
And they trying to get the clicks and views. They don't give a fuck about you and they really think it's stupid. They're using you.
They're telling you what you want to hear, and they're trying to make money off of your insecurity.
Clearly, he's doing that. I don't see somebody else trying to find their happiness, no matter what race or sex you are. I don't see how that is an attack on me.
That's my whole thing with this passport bros. Like the dudes that's like just going to smash women or whatever. I think that's wrong and that's bogus. Now the ones that, if they saying they can't find a traditional woman or wife in the U.S., or a westernized country and they decide to go to another country, I'm like, hey, why should anybody really care? I mean, if these women are so upset about it, I mean, so I see it on both sides. Like, I don't think that women should really care. I mean, like this, you're supposed to be finding love in the wife, so more the merrier, right? You find your wife, your partner, who else cares should care. So I don't see it on either side. Like,
I actually find it hard to believe that there's a large amount of passport bros that are just going out of the country to smash because it costs a lot of money to go out of the country.
I was just thinking
You
that.
could spend that money here and smash with a lot less effort. Like I don't like if you just wanted to smash like random chicks, it's way cheaper to do it here than to fly to another country.
Right, because they probably going to another country. You paying, $10-$20 for the sex, but it costs you 1,500 to get
To
there.
get there, right? I'm like the amount of money that's months of fucking here. Like I don't know, like unless you're just really poor with finances, like you
Yeah,
could.
well, oh, sorry.
No, no, I'll do.
I think part of it is there's the perception of personality. So like there's a lot of within the the culture in a westernized country that the women won't date you if if you don't make a certain amount of money. The myth was triple six has got to be 6 foot tall, 6 foot, uh
Six
certain
feet, 6 inches,
length. Yeah,
six figures. Yeah.
yeah. So a
Yeah,
lot of yeah.
I'm screwed.
No, but I'm saying like you could fly to Vegas for a couple of $100 and prostitution's legal there.
yeah,
Like
and
if you're just going
Legal,
somewhere to fuck. I'm just saying if you're going
right?
somewhere to smash, you could do it in Vegas for way less.
and prostitutes are generally
Ah,
nice. They're generally. I
I
don't
could
trick
take you
off,
down to
but
the train
prostitutes are
station
nice.
and get you a woman.
Yeah, like
well,
you
If you got the
flying
right
all the way
connections,
across the country for somebody's personality.
yeah, if you got the right
well,
connections,
And I'm not saying
$40.
you wrong. I believe it, but it's just like that's stupid. You can do that all here.
well. Two things. It's attitudes. Like they said, traditional like women overseas have a nicer attitude.
Hmm.
Is now what you mentioned, like other illegal activities in the majority of the states here, where it's legal in Las
That's
Vegas.
true.
So
That's true.
I'm
Yeah, I
just
wasn't
saying,
even
go to
thinking
Vegas.
about the legal part of it. It is
There
legal.
ain't there ain't nothing illegal about escorts. Let me say that.
Yeah.
They're just
well,
companions.
yeah, but you're supposedly not paying for
And
extracurricular activities.
let's be completely honest. If you take care of yourself, like you're in somewhat good shape and and you make 60 grand, you could just go fuck. It's like you can.
I will say from personal like experience, like I'm a pretty in decent shape, so I'm not like overweight and all this other stuff like some of you guys. But the picture of like it's easier for an overweight guy basically to be considered attractive overseas than it is in the US.
I beg to differ.
Well,
I was
I
gonna
think it's
say,
a I think there's a
depends.
scale. I think like for men, there's you have to have like a really high quality somewhere. So you either
Mhm.
have to have really good game, or you have to have money, or you have to be in really good shape. All you need is one though. One of the things. As long as you have one of the things, you're going to be able to smash. As long as you have one.
I
Like
agree with that.
most people kill themselves trying to be everything. You don't have to be everything. Just specialize.
I've
Be
been a
funny.
big dude all my life, and women
Be
has
the funny
never.
guy.
Women have Sabian's been my neighbor forever. He know women ain't never been a problem for me.
I could agree with that. So, like what Kara said, you got one or the other. So you got the three. So what if you don't have neither of the three? You don't have a game. You don't have a mouthpiece. You don't have the money. Well, you don't have the
Well, you're not getting
requirement
anything.
of money. But it's still easier overseas. If you're overweight, in some places of the world, that is seen as wealth
Wealth, yeah.
But if
because
you
you have
have,
enough money to eat.
That
but if
double
you
Big
have,
Mac.
but you can supersize a girl. It's all good. No, but if you have the money to travel overseas, you have the money to fake like you have enough money, so you can just be a liar. I'm
Well,
just saying, dudes do it. I'm just like, dudes
I
do
mean,
it,
yeah,
and
it's
it's
still cheaper
successful.
though. I mean, granted, like, look, if you spend, you get the initial trip to travel to another country, yeah, that's you get one flat expensive fee. But you know, you may
How
in
long are you
certain
staying
countries,
there?
huh?
How long are you staying there?
I don't know. I'm not a passport bro, so I don't know. I don't. I guess they stay a weekend, a month. I don't know.
I mean,
Depends.
so
He said a weekend or a month.
this,
Imagine
I,
somebody giving that to you, like, how long we gonna be here? I don't fucking know. A weekend, a month? Like, damn. That's a
Well,
Two
huge,
to
so
two to
depending
30
on
days. That's a big difference.
that's a
But
huge
depending on
difference.
but depending on where you go in the world, that could be a lot of money or very little
That's
compared to
true.
U.S. currency.
I know a lot of
30
guys.
days in the U.S. at a hotel may run you $10,000. 30 days in, I don't know, Philippines may run you $500.
my homie, he's getting married in the Philippines. He told me when he first went over there. And I know this isn't the same way for every country. He's like, it don't matter if you're fat, 4 foot tall, holes, no, missing teeth, and they see a dude come off that plane into the Philippines, they flock. Those women will flock to you because they
Hey,
instantly think you got money.
I noticed you didn't.
Consider,
I noticed you didn't include color in there.
What's
well,
color got to do with it? They see a dude get off the fucking plane who's not from the Philippines,
And they flock, no matter
and
who.
they
country-wise,
flock.
depending on where you go, like you mentioned the Philippines, the US currency is, I don't know exactly how much it is compared to the Philippines, but
If
Well,
you have $1,000, you're rich. You could
yeah.
Carrot
build.
showed us that. Remember that it was a nice apartment, like
Mhm.
downtown Skyline for 500 a month or something crazy.
Right,
Yeah.
That's
You could
nuts.
build
right.
a really nice house in the Philippines when he was showing me for
Mhm.
20,000 US dollars,
So
and that's like a really nice house
exactly.
in Philippine standards.
So they see you an American, they like, oh, he got at least, I don't know. I'm just saying, maybe they like, oh, he got at least $20,000. He can afford to fly over here. He must have money.
Yeah. I'm
See,
thinking if you flew over there to move, I think you at least have like 200,000, quarter million.
It's $1,000 alone for a plane ticket when I got one there.
this is one of those situations where I agree with like Andrew Tate. Just become a better man. Just work on yourself. And I merge his philosophy or there. It's not just him. There's a lot of guys who have philosophy with like a business philosophy. So just pick an avenue and become good at it, and you'll be successful with women. If that's your
Oh, yeah.
goal.
Oh, sorry.
No, I was just saying, if your goal is to be successful with women, pick one of the things women care about and do good at it. Become funny, become get game, make money, get in good shape. Working on your confidence is going to be the hardest one because you're going to have to keep walking up and getting rejected because it's going to happen because you're going to be awkward at fun. But that's all it is. Like once you get over being awkward and you pick a thing and you stay in that lane, you're fine.
And most importantly, don't look like this fucking
On
guy.
here trolling me, man.
All
But
I'm
facts are
saying is,
facts. So let's stop these false.
What
What'd
you
you
say?
say, Sapis?
all I'm saying is, which one is easier? You going to the gym, doing all this other stuff, learning how to be social may take years for certain individuals versus buying a trip, a plane ticket, and
Anything
going there because they see you as American to get a
anything worth
more
having you have to
attractive woman.
work for. Anything worth having you have to work
Anything.
for. Yeah, you're gonna go over there. You're gonna
I
be there a weekend to a month, and then you're gonna come home and you're gonna be the same worthless loser you are now. You're better off just making yourself better.
Damn.
I agree. All I'm saying is
I
which one
mean,
is
yeah, shit.
easier. That's all I ask. Which
Well,
one is
easier,
easier?
yeah, easier, yeah.
Both of y'all agreeing to the same thing, man.
No, no,
narratives in 2023.
Let's go back to that picture. You see, this man looks like the future is bright, and where he's going, it's a lot of opportunity. And of course, it could be a lot of opportunity, but also where you're going, people are looking to use you. It's very possible. You see, when you come out of your house every day or you're walking around every day, you don't know who's watching you and you don't know who wants to set you up. What do I mean? Well, on the flip side, in America, you're hated because you want women to be more submissive and that you want to leave. But when you get there, you're hated that you have more money and a lot of local women would want to talk to you. On either side of the fence, somebody dislikes you. And
Plantation,
bogus.
bro.
What?
Yeah, they bogus.
I know a little bit about this.
I don't. That's
this-
just hilarious, though.
I don't. This was from my understanding. I'm not a whole lot experienced, but I believe there was a lawsuit against Hooters maybe a couple years ago, where some oversized women were saying they were being discriminated against from being hired from Hooters because they were oversized. So they opened up a couple chains, I guess, across the U.S. where they had oversized employees at Hooters. But he bogus as hell for putting that stuff down.
Yeah,
that's
that's
not
fucked up.
Hooters.
And I don't like the message. First of all, the message is so wrong on so many different levels. For one, it's basically saying, like, you know, every woman is overweight, has nefarious intentions, and is evil and mean, and skinny girls are more pleasant to deal with. When these bitches at the bottom will give you more of a problem than women at the top. And then it's also saying that black women are more overweight than other races. Like,
that was the part that drew me. I'm like, there's no melanin in that last picture. Like, that's the part that I didn't like. I was like, there's like not a. There's like one drop of melanin amongst all five of them.
Yeah, I don't like that message. I mean, the women at the bottom, I'm gonna be honest, since I've fucked both sides, the women at the bottom may be nicer to take out, but the women at the top got the better pussy and head.
because of that, we've had 8 passport bros killed in Colombia in the past 3 months. I want to take this time to honor them, as many of them have lost their life looking for a better way in other countries.
Which, I'm sorry for pausing it again, I was thinking earlier when you guys was talking, everybody talking about how easy it is to deal with the women overseas. It's almost like they talking about like the women other places are automatic heaven. Like wherever you go, you're gonna be fine. Nobody has any nefarious intentions against you. I think it's sending the wrong message.
Well, hence that's why I kind of chose this video.
You don't
As you
even
see the title.
You don't even speak these people fucking language. So the bitch can be telling somebody on the phone, yeah, when you come in, just shoot him in his fucking head. And you wouldn't even know. You just sitting there because she's smiling like, oh my God, yeah, she's got long black silky hair and she's thin.
But of course, before we get into that, the story that really got all of this bubbling for me was in 2022, we lost Timothy Revel Reed. He was a man that decided to go from Atlanta to Barranquilla, Colombia. Well, and of course, this is what happened.
I did it. I have my apartment, my restaurant, and 2 other apartments. In a great location for the restaurant on a very busy street. We got one thing, well, several things accomplished. Now it's, the next move is to open a restaurant. So hopefully that will happen very shortly. Get ready for cute spicy ribs and fish. As you can see, I am tired. It was a stress, y'all. I'm not gonna even lie. It was very stressful.
Fuck, when he go to Colombia?
The language barrier. He don't trust me. I don't trust him. But I mean, I had more trust in him because I gave him all my money. But he was, you know, looking to see if shit was real. I mean, it was just too much. Just too much. Had to get his family members out of the apartment. Still got to get the one upstairs out the apartment.
That story right there really caught my attention about what could happen to you in Colombia. But then there is 59-year-old Gregory Stewart Owens. He was gunned down in Cartagena during a robbery attempt in October 2023. But then there's this young man, Johnny Jerome. He was only 45. He was found dead in a jacuzzi in a luxury suite in Medellin, November the 2nd. He was killed the day after celebrating his birthday with a cut.
So, like we was talking about the topic earlier about, Texas being its own country. Everybody was talking, we were going over the subject, and nobody wanted to speak about the elephant in the room, race. I don't give a fuck if anybody who's listening to this tired of hearing about race. It's a thing. Like, I don't know what possessed that. Rest in peace to these brothers. What the fuck was they thinking?
Well, my thing is, like, I never saw this video, so I'm kind of going in with the blind eye. I don't consider that to be what these brothers are doing. Well, I don't know about this last guy, this Johnny Jerome, but the other two gentlemen that they talked about earlier, I don't consider them as what we call the passport brothers. Like the first dude was talking about opening a restaurant, and the other dude, I'm considering the term what we relate to passport bros is going to another country trying to find this wife or partner.
I'm not talking about that, brother. I'm talking about why the fuck are you going someplace where you're tolerated as a tourist and not celebrated as a human?
Why the fuck are you in Colombia?
Why are you in Colombia? Like,
there's horror stories you can just read about Colombia.
Am I the only one who know this?
Yeah.
People flee Colombia.
No, not in Colombia.
They're showing I don't what Mel whatever Colombia. That's the fucking one of the big hot spots for the fucking cartel.
I was about to say
that's like me leaving here and moving to Tijuana. Like, what the fuck are you
doing? The language barrier is probably what got that first guy killed. Like, he didn't know what was going on, and with all the cartels and stuff, he probably stepped on somebody's toes.
3 things going against them. It's the language barrier. They're black and they're American.
Yeah, I don't even think the black has anything to do with it.
How come it don't? Do you have any Hispanic friends?
Because Colombia is dangerous for white people, black people, Americans, anybody that's not native to Colombia. I know Hispanic
ain't
women
on the same fucking level. You killing a white person may push the president to wage war. You killing a black person, that
seems rich.
Bro, let's just keep it real, bro.
I know Hispanic people who are afraid to go to Colombia because they're like, no, unless my family or something is going to treat me there, like they know I'm American, they don't go to fucking Colombia.
most of the I don't know a lot of Colombians, but as far as white and black people in Mexico, like, bro, that's moving into their towns and shit is a no go. They're killing you at some point. Like, I don't know how these brothers didn't know that. Like, you left somewhere that was familiar, and these are big. I can tell these are big black men. You left somewhere that was familiar with people was terrified of you to go to be an alien somewhere else. Like, I hate to sound mean, but if they was alive, I really asked them, like, what the fuck was you thinking? What were you looking at? They must have been looking at that picture we saw when it was the big black girls and the Colombian looking bit. Like you're romanticizing shit, bro. Look at you. He's a fucking listen, bro. Those 2 brothers are a raisin in a glass of milk, bro. Like, what was the sense of
I'm not arguing with that. Like I said, I can't really defend on why they would chose Colombia on that. Like you said, Colombia is known as one of the exporters of
and mind you, I know there's Colombians that's darker than this brother. And I hate to use a drug dealer, for example, like everybody over there sells drugs. I don't think that. But Pablo Escobar, right-hand man, Blackie, was darker than this dude. His name was Blackie, though. This is his friend. This is what they call him, Blackie. And he's speaks the language. He's from over there, okay? So he checked off 2 boxes. I said, there's 3 you got to check. You're a fucking American, bro.
Yeah, see, I think it's more Americanized. If you're outside of the country, they see you as coming to the country, then you have money.
But
Kind
I
of like what we
said
talked
I
about the
said
passport
that though.
bros earlier.
They took a white college kid. What's his name? Oh, I forgot his name. But anyway, the he was the drug cartel witch doctor. It was Gustavo or some shit. They fucking put that white kid head on a spike and buried his body and had part of his body parts in a cauldron.
So why do you
They,
say the black being an issue if they did this to a
because
white
it
dude?
is an issue. It's one of their issues. Just because white people share similar issues don't mean you have to know your audience. Like killing a white person, like let's just say on a scale of 1 to 10, a white person from America that's not from there is an 8. I have to say a black man is a 10. Everybody's afraid of a black man. Let's just be real. Like we're going. That's what I'm saying. Let's not pretend for the sake of pretending, bro. Black people are afraid of a big black man. Everybody on here except for Mr. Fife is 6 feet and up. We know that. You're gonna go somewhere where stereotypically these people are smaller than you. You big. You from America. You black. Both of these. The first brother sounded like he was from Harlem or some shit. You're gonna tower over these fucking people with your fucking money. You got their sisters and everybody putting on makeup, going crazy for you. You got this big bag of fucking money. We not supposed to fucking kill you? Like, what are you brothers thinking?
I don't even think the height, the black. Me personally, I don't think it is the height. I think it's more American or seen as a foreigner because like I said, I've seen other Hispanics from born and raised in America,
You
but
don't think
have
height is a part
heritage.
of intimidation?
Well, a part of intimidation, but if he was a 5'5" black dude and wasn't big, I think he would still be in the same circumstance he is if he was six foot
I
four.
beg to differ.
I think he was just in the. Well, I guess we agree to disagree, but I don't think it would have made a difference. I
I'm
think they
talking
saw
about
him
the
as a
package.
foreigner
I'm not
first.
making it the primary problem. I'm talking about the package in its totality. He's got too many fucking things going against him to think this was gonna work.
I don't
Look at him.
think
He
it would
looking
have
to it
worked.
look like the black Kratos. As a black man myself, I wouldn't be intimidated by him. But bro, people stereotype as human beings. We stereotype, bro. If you doing business with somebody that look just like motherfucking Pablo Escobar, and he's got the swag and everything of that motherfucker, you gonna be a little intimidated, bro. People, we stereotype. You got white guys who look like the typical racist white guy. You get pulled over by a cop with a box fucking, military fucking haircut, looking like somebody's sergeant. You understand? And got a fucking square head with a square jaw. You're gonna think away. This is the shit that humans don't like to talk about. Let's talk about it, bro.
I
Let's
think that's
talk
more
about it. That nigga
American.
look intimidating, bro.
I don't think, like I said, if I think if he was 5'5", he was a scrawny black dude. I, other than initial attention, I think he would have got the same treatment. He might have got more attention because he's taller, but I don't think him being a black 6 foot over 6 feet or whatever would have changed the circumstance. If he was 5'5",
It would. You just
I,
said it. More attention. That's more likelihood of something happening.
I just saying he would have got noticed more, but
That's
I don't think it
enough.
would have changed the outcome. I think it's more culturally.
So
He's not
listen. So
he's a
listen.
foreigner.
Let's say me and you trying to cross the border with 10 kilos of cocaine, but we in a black sedan, right? And some white cops pull us over. You may feel like I think they would have pulled us over anyway because we black. But
That's
I'm here
different.
to. But no, you didn't even let me land. Let me finish. But having a pink fucking beetle with neon green balloons fucking on the back of the antenna, it kind of make it a little bit easier. Now we're more noticeable to more cops. We might have got pulled over even quicker. It don't I guess you saying it don't matter either way, but I'm telling you it do because it makes the likelihood higher. You understand? This nigga probably came to Columbia and was the tallest person there. Just saying, bro. The motherfuckers are not big people. You know what I'm
I,
saying?
I get what you're saying. Like I said, I do think attention wise, but
Mm-hmm.
I think is foreigner first before anything else. If he was a
Okay.
5'5" dude, they'd have been like, this dude. As soon as they might not have realized it until he started speaking. Oh, this dude coming around here, he a foreigner. Let's get him.
So you think everybody basically that's outside American possibly can think like the Canadians? Canadians say they're not racist; they just don't like America.
It depends on where you are. I think Colombia specifically, they don't like foreigners, especially Americans. At least from my experience and the Colombians I've talked to, I've had a Colombian friend born and raised in Colombia, and he told me, he was like, you should come to my country. And I was like, oh yeah, maybe I'll come one day. And he was like, don't let them know you're American. You better speak Spanish when you come to Colombia. And I was like, I'm not coming to Colombia.
Mr.
You
Fife, you
set it
going to
up.
Colombia?
Huh?
You going to Colombia? You a Caritas?
Hell no.
I ain't going to no fucking Colombia for one fucking reason, and you know the reason. Cobra, you been to a hostile place before? Even in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
What's the one thing that there's the golden rule when you're there, and you're in that position?
In a hostile place?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I don't.
You gotta. Your goal is to fucking blend. You're fucking 6'5", and everybody else is 5'6". Man, you're not blending.
I can't blend.
You're the fucking.
You can't blend either.
You walk across the street, and they're gonna be the big pinpoint him right there. You know he ain't from there.
Yeah, you can't. You cannot.
I've been to places where like they thought I was Dominican. Yeah, they like, oh
but
yeah.
I could see that for you, not for him or me.
But like I'm saying, my friend said, speak Spanish when you come to Colombia. Don't speak any English. If they find out you're American, you're in trouble.
I feel like Caritas can get away with going there, or you can get away with going to the Dominican Republic, and I feel like me and Mr. Fife are gonna have problems.
Oh, well, Caritas.
Sí, habla español.
Caritas.
I said, sí, habla español.
And if Caritas 15 years ago with the ponytail definitely would have been able to get away with it. Like that motherfucker. He looked like he come to speak on the behalf of a cartel when he had that ponytail. Straight up.
Caritas know the story.
Kind of miss it.
Caritas know the story. One of my friends was like, yeah, bring your I think she said Puerto Rican friend. I was like, who you talking about? She was like, yeah, bring your Puerto Rican friend. I'm like, who are you talking about?
I give off, as soon as you see me, I give off the Horn of Africa. And Mr. Fife give off Sicily like a motherfucker. So I don't know.
And two women he met on a dating app. Stop the show. Let's talk about these dating apps. It's getting so bad that the United States government has said this to Americans using dating apps in Colombia.
A warning for people using dating apps in Colombia. Apps are being linked to the recent deaths of several Americans visiting the country. Let's unpack this. In the last 2 months, 8 American tourists have died suspiciously in the Colombian city of Medellin. The US Embassy in Bogota have said some of these victims were drugged and robbed after meeting people on dating apps. Criminals use dating apps to lure victims to meet in public places such as hotels, restaurants, and bars, and then later assault and rob them, they said. The embassy has also said that this is part of a broader trend and that there has been an increase in incidents involving the use of online dating apps to lure victims, especially foreigners. They didn't disclose which specific apps. They have encouraged visitors to be vigilant and to maintain heightened situational awareness.
And it goes back to my point of the crime being targeted towards passport bros when they come to Colombia. And this was very summed up.
That looks beautiful right there.
Motherfuckers don't belong there. That's half the fucking issue.
I mean, they gonna hate us for saying it, but fuck them.
A good YouTuber called Life with David about how American men are being targeted.
It's a very profitable business.
Oh, they said American men.
That's what I'm
save
saying.
his point.
Like, you American? Oh, you got money. It's just like what I said earlier with the passport bros. They assume that you're American, that you have money. And compared to their currency, you do.
But check this out. We're not even at 6 minutes yet, and the video's 12 minutes. We'll see if a white person comes up.
It's a business, and it's a very profitable business here in Medellin. Scamming foreign guys, females scamming for foreign guys here in Colombia, and Medellin especially. And it's not just females. It's not just the females doing this. These are groups. These are what they call bandillas, right? Local gangs up in the neighborhoods that, these are organized groups that are doing this, sending out the females, finding the females, and when those females like trap those guys, they have one or two guys in the groups waiting.
Which will explain why they so nice. You know what I'm saying?
For them to help them out if they need help. It's an organized effort. And because they saw that it was successful, because tourism is picking up and a lot of foreigners are coming here, and with a lot of money and a lot of guys coming here because of those certain reasons and going up to those kind of girls, they saw the success, they saw the easy money. So what happens? More people, more groups start copying and start implementing the same strategy, the same scam.
Let's go back to Philip Mullins. He was a 32-year-old Tennessee man.
He look like Mr. Fife. Sabius Wiz.
Foreigners, man.
He does not look like me.
He's got a beard. Hey man, you compare me to Sexually Entertainer, bitch. You his twin. If I look like Sexually Entertainer, motherfucker, straight up, that's your fucking identical twin. Y'all came out the same womb.
Found dead in a room at the upscale 1 Million Suites Hotel in Medellin after a night out with a woman. Now, this particular man is the only Asian man on the roster, Tu Zhang. He was from Minnesota, and his story went worldwide.
I would have never guessed he was from Minnesota, but
I'm telling you, man.
I would have never guessed he was from Minnesota. I know that's fucked up, but
that's racist.
He don't look like he's from. Well, never mind. He don't look like he's from Minnesota. Fuck it.
He's not pale enough to be from Minnesota.
Yeah.
He was beaten to death with a blunt object after he had been set up from a woman he had been dealing with for a long time. If you don't remember that story, here's a news clipping.
Tonight, the family of a Minnesota man desperate for answers after they say he was kidnapped and killed while visiting Colombia.
I'm out of words to describe. I don't even know how I feel right now.
50-year-old Tu Zhang, an artist and activist, had been traveling in South America when he called his brother asking for money while on a date Sunday night.
This time he was like, hey, do you have a couple of thousand? I was like,
See, as a black man, if I would have saw those last two stories, I'd have known there's no hope for me. No, you're right, but that's my feeling. Though that's what my intent is, take me from my protection. If they don't mind killing an Asian dude and a white man, I know they'll kill me. I know they will.
Yeah, no problem. When do you want it? He said, I want it now. I'm in this bit of a situation here. I go, oh, yeah, I can do that.
His family growing more fearful when Zhang stopped responding to texts.
Woke up in the morning at 7 a.m. I text him back and say, hey, I thought you said you need money. You still want the money? Text me back if you still want the money. No answer.
According to a local prosecutor, Zhang was kidnapped during a date and killed when he could not make the payment. His body later found in a wooded area.
Well, damn, they was impatient as hell. The dude was calling the next morning for the money.
Hey man, y'all seen what's that movie, Man on Fire and all that stuff? Yeah,
I'm definitely the creasy bear. Listen, I swear to God, I was just thinking to myself, and that's why I'm getting a gun no matter if I go here, Africa, I don't give a fuck where I go. Point me to where I can buy a gun.
See, I got too many, I look like too many other people, so I have to carry protection at all times. Somebody be like, oh yeah, my brother, you from Nigeria? Or my brother, you from the Dominican or wherever else, you know.
Yeah,
so
I got to have a gun.
I might just get mistaken.
Now, Carrotus, they gonna know Carrotus is not from Africa immediately, although he will blend in Colombia.
In stab wounds. His family still searching for answers about how this shocking crime unfolded.
I was confused. To be honest with you, I don't know why, what the motive is.
Zhang had visited Colombia in the past, posting photos and videos to social media as recently as October with an unidentified woman.
I'm with my girl.
Now, if he was with a big bitch, he'd still be alive. You see what I'm saying? That skinny bitch didn't want to keep staying with the same person. She wanted to take that body and shop it around. See what I'm saying?
A refugee from Laos, Zhang and his family.
You say what?
I just said that's so wrong.
I'm just saying, everybody. everybody want the same things, man, you know?
Moved to St. Paul when he was a child. In recent years,
that bitch was skinny as hell with big ass man hands. You just fucking, she thin. I like it. Like, what the fuck?
I don't know how true it
Look
is.
at she did, nigga. Go back to her, like, bro.
When they first showed her, I had a thought in my mind. I was like, is that a dude or something?
Got some big ass man hands, and he just like, oh my god, she's fun. She looks like the bitch from Seinfeld who was crushing them fucking lobster tails by hand, like, bruh. Big ass fucking chin, and then you're skinny, and that's the American standard. We thin, like this bitch ain't even got nothing to fuck. Like, what the fuck?
Looking like she could shingle a roof by herself.
Bro, he got killed from fucking with Jack the Pumpkin King. Like,
social media as recently as October with an unidentified woman.
I'm with my girl.
A refugee from Laos, Zhang and his family moved to St. Paul when he was a child. In recent years, he became a well-known comedian and community activist. Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar issuing a statement saying in part, quote, "This is a heartbreaking tragedy. Tujer was an incredible..."
They had to update this bitch on who he was the morning she was walking in. She had no fucking idea who that man was. Look at her.
Person who was constantly...
You say what?
All these men deserved it. Fucking
working to uplift his...
You could tell she don't know she didn't know who that guy was.
Community.
He truly believes in equity work and fighting for the underprivileged. And many times I always tease him. I say, you know, you're not getting paid. Why are you doing it? But it's what motivates him.
A tragic loss made even more confounding by the mystery that still shrouds his final moments.
And he'll draw everybody in. That's the type of people he is.
He looked like a lot of different people. He looked like a Mexican on one picture, an Asian on the next. Am I saying some fucked up shit?
Man, you just dig yourself in a hole.
Oh my God.
4 people, including a minor, were arrested and charged.
You the issue?
Yeah, no, you are now.
Hey, no, rest in peace to this guy.
Yeah,
he looked like a cool
peace.
guy, but he definitely looked like 4 or 5 different people on all those pictures.
They all
The
probably
only
cool
thing
guys. They're just fools.
Yeah, my only question is, I'm just wondering why everyone's calling out, like, we don't understand why this happened. This is such a mystery.
Yeah,
like, you know why this happened.
Yeah. And then his brother, you know, I guess he got to think, you know, well of him. He like, oh, he loved going over there helping out people. And I'm thinking about myself, he was helping himself, all right. He was helping out. Just get him some pussy. Like, I hate to tell you, you know what I mean? Ain't shit over there but fucking big ass palm trees and cocaine.
In Zhang's murder, November 13th, Texas resident Jeffrey Hudson was found dead in his hotel room with at least 20 stab wounds to his neck. He was killed after
him. This guy right here.
Texas. Yep.
That's all you heard.
returning to his hotel suite with an 18-year-old woman he met in a dating app in Medellin. And there are many other stories here, unfortunately today, that we will not cover because I believe now you get the hint. But the whole gist of all of it is this: Black men, understand where you are. You might be disliked and hated in America for wanting what you desire. A woman who's feminine, a woman who gets it, and a woman who values you in a relationship. But you gotta understand where you're going is also dangerous. Let me tell you a story. I was telling SPK, who by the way is editing this video today, that I was walking down the street about 4 days ago. It happened to be late. I was on the phone and a motorcycle driver drove past me. At least it's what I'm believing. Now, the roads in Uganda are quite narrow, and I'll tell you why. If we could post a picture of what the roads look like, you would see that a lot of the roads are so bad, they've fallen off. So, you know, you can't walk in the ditches. But what that does, it creates an opportunity for a motorcycle driver, we call them boda people here, to steal your phone. Now, I was walking, I had my phone in my hand, and I felt like the guy didn't have enough room to take it. But when he came, you know, towards me, I just decided to maybe clench my phone a little tighter. And when I did, the guy tried to snatch it. Now, let me just say this. The snatch from the guy was so strong, it almost broke my pinky. All right. Now, at first, I didn't feel it because I was enraged and I was telling the guy to come back and all of this. But the reality is that, hey, that guy could have got the phone. But it's not just that guy could have got the phone, right? Because even if he would have got it, I could always get a new phone. The issue is that probably was a person that was watching me, and he knows me, I don't know who he is. Because in the community that I live in, he might have been seeing me go here or go there. I don't really move out so often, but hey, guys stalk you, guys watch you. They know, hey, you're from America, and when times are hard, this is how they can get you. Now, this is different than the organized gangs that are dealing with ladies, but it just goes to show you that not everybody is happy to see a foreigner or an American, and it's hard to make friends when you go to different spots, when you go to different.
I mean, you can be trying to go to a chick house in Chicago and have all this same shit happen to you.
Yeah,
that's true, but they're not going to target you because you're American. But I think you're American. They're probably just going to target you because you got they suspect that you have money, which
or
they
you're
will
not from over there. I've been hearing about a lot of people lately being shot, and they like, I don't even fucking gangbang. Like, look, guy, I know he was he's on his way to the military. He had 1 week left, and they shot his car up, and he totaled it. I seen the car, and I was like, why they do that? He was like, I don't know. I'm like, that's scary, bro. I got another friend who was at the light with his girlfriend, and the car in front of them, all four of the doors open, and the guy started shooting up the car. He had to duck down and drive off. Um, and so we did some investigative work, and somebody who has a car like that who shoots at them is why they shot up his car. But they almost murdered him and his girl. Like, his girl is in the car. Like, you didn't look and see it was a woman in the car. You just like, oh yeah, that's the same
the
color car.
Wow. That's
shot that fuck up. It's a miracle nobody got hit because it was 3 gunmen shooting.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, I don't have any rational logical reason for that. So
Chicago, the Medellin cartel, bro. It's fucked up
Chirac,
out here. Yeah.